Hi Mom, here we are looking at the garden. We've got the new beds I created this spring. We're going to get in a little closer and take a look. First thing you're going to run into is green beans. And we had a mixture of the bush type and the pole type, and it's turned into a big mess. They have grown all over the place. And you can see when we get close how many blossoms I've got coming on. When these things begin to produce, which I've got a couple of actual green beans, and right now they're just mostly blossoms. And we're getting some rain today, which is good. You can see up here where they're climbing the poles, but for next year we're going to have some taller trellises, and we're going to make them so they climb up the poles. I'll go ahead and plant pole type green beans. See all the blossoms on the bushes. Got a little rain today, which is helping them. This next section here is our okra. And I did not thin those as much as I should have, but you can see how they're kind of flourishing. So far, that's all my garden has done. I've grown a lot of foliage, but not a whole lot of fruit so far. The okras will take another month at least for them to produce some good okras. Next up, we have bell peppers. I've got 6 plants there, and so far we've gotten 3 peppers off them of good size. There's about 3 of them on right now. I'm planning tonight after the rain to add some Miracle-Gro to them. We're going to spray them down when they're well watered and see if they don't produce a few more. I'm not seeing many honeybees down this year, so they're not pollinating the way I feel they should. But we have gotten several bigger than fist size peppers off the bell peppers. I just thought I'd be getting, a couple dozen. So far, it's only been 3. Then we move on to our tomatoes. Now the tomatoes, I'm going to step into the picture for a minute. Here I am in the picture. So you can see that those tomato plants are bigger than I am. Once again, we have lots of foliage, but not so many fruits. Okay, Robert, if you want to come ahead of me now, I've got this good cameraman. If you can get in a little closer and take a look at all the tomatoes that we have coming on. These are cherry tomatoes that he's scanning right now. And we've got a lot of cherry tomatoes. Those are Carla's fault, not mine. And then we've got the Better Boy tomatoes. You can see how they're getting to be quite good sized with the rain today. That's going to swell them up pretty good. And we've got lots and lots of blossoms up on the top ends of the bushes. But the rain did kind of trample them down just a little bit. Don't recall if these are beefsteak or what they are, the type of variety they are. But we have, once again, this is the mutant plant, Mom, that I was telling you about. It had blossoms at just like, I don't even know how to explain, but it had just like a fuzz of blossoms. And we've gotten several tomatoes have ripened off that, but we're a little bit afraid of eating them. It's a stunted plant, but it just grew bunches of tomatoes. And with this head, you can see where this is the way the blossoms came on. They were just grouped up just massively, whereas the rest weren't. These are all Romas. There's 6 Roma plants. As you can see, they're loaded with fruits. When they start to ripen, I'm going to be in trouble because there's just going to be a massive amount of fruits coming on. And then coming to the end of the first bed, these are the jalapenos. We've got a lot of jalapenos, but I keep losing my blossoms. As you can see on the floor of the garden, they just keep dropping blossoms, but at the same time, I've got a bunch of fruits on there also. And we're waiting for those to get expanded to the point where we want to pick them. We put several in a batch of salsa cruda today, raw salsa, and chopped it up with some tomatoes. Really enjoyed that. If these come on, I'm going to have a lot of jalapenos. I'll probably be looking to can a few pints of those. Now we're going to see if we can sneak up the center aisle there. As you can see by the tin beside here, we have lots of room for expansion. All I have to do is slide the tin down and pack it down with hay and mulch, and we'll end up with more garden bed as soon as I want to. Over on the other bed, we have more bush type tomatoes. These are the Blue Lakes. They have not produced any beans that I've seen so far. They have several blossoms, but still haven't had any beans, and here it is the third, fourth week of July. We have a few blossoms here and there, but I'm not noticing the pollinators. Going up past them, we get into this one here. We didn't put any kind of, it's just the hay mulch. So we got onions, just a few that I set out. Carla had a bunch of onion sets, so we put them out. And then lastly, potatoes. The buckets have holes in the bottom, so we'll fill them up with air conditioning water, and we put them out and they spray slowly out onto the bushes. And that's the end of the gardening. That's where we're at with that. So spent more time this year than I have in about 10 years. Ended up with this mess. It makes it hard to lawn mow with the bushes going all over the place. But that's kind of where we're at. If they start setting fruit, I'm going to be a busy boy trying to get all this stuff in jars. If they don't set fruit, because I can't water anymore with the weak well, we'll end up with not much, but it's been kind of enjoyable to see how things have developed anyway. So we will send you another tape at some point of Emily's place, because we'd like you to see her house, but that's where our garden's at. So we will talk to you soon and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.